I want to welcome you to my show, Your Mindset Matter, Mind Over Matter. In this episode, we will be taking a look at the life of the late, beautiful, former Miss USA 2019, Cheslie Kryst. When I heard about her passing, it really sent a shock wave through my feelings and throughout the United States of America. There are many people who are mourning the loss of her on this day, and I want to send my condolences to her family. As I start my video, I wanted to take that time to say that to the family that our prayers are with you and your daughter has left a lasting effect on so many lives. So I just want to take a moment to honor her and just share just a little bit of what I have learned about her. I'm going to go ahead and show this video, and I hope that you enjoy this show. And I pray that everyone will keep the family lifted in prayer. I'm going to start right now. Thank you. As you can see here, this is a beautiful picture of her. I found this picture on the internet, like so many people have. We've just been, it's just unbelievable. In this picture, you see she's so lovely, so beautiful, just such a bright light, beautiful smile. This is Miss Cheslie Kryst, and she has so many accomplishments that we're all learning about. She was the former Miss USA for 2019. This is a photograph of her with her family. And I watched a video where she talked about being going to Halloween with her siblings, and her mom was Miss North Carolina, and that's her in her mom's outfit. And so she really looked up to her mom, and she wanted to follow in her mom's footsteps. As you can see, her beautiful mom here with her father when she was crowned Miss North Carolina. And such a beautiful family, everyone with beautiful smiles. And she talked about how her mom was her role model and her best friend. Such a beautiful family. And my heart goes out to them. She had siblings that she was very close with. And I look at this family portrait here, how she's enjoying her family is enjoying her. Just a beautiful family. As you can see, that she is biracial, and just a beautiful family. And she went to college, and she has so many achievements, as you can see here. She was born April 28th, 1991, in Jackson, Michigan. And she graduated from the University of South Carolina, and she earned a law degree and a master's of business administration from Wake Forest University. And this is her. She had put a post up on social media, as many of her followers already know, just talking about how she accomplished two things at one time. So she was very, very accomplished and a go getter, and she would set her mind to something, and as we can see, she actually accomplished those things. Now, this is a photograph of her and her roommate just having fun, enjoying themselves. Just look at her. Just take a moment to take in just how beautiful this young lady was. And this is her doing that self-care thing that we all need to do, and really just enjoying life. So it is very hard to talk about the fact that she is no longer here. Now, this is a photograph of her where she was posing. And I'm going to stop there for just a moment. Let me get my camera here. So now in this photograph, she is walking the runway, and she had put in the hard work to become Miss USA. And she has a video where she talked about many other pageants that she had failed at. And in the process of becoming Miss USA, she dealt with people talking about her body image. She literally received so many hate comments and horrible comments, along with amazing comments. But she also received a lot of hate comments, a lot of negative comments. Someone literally commented that her body looks like the body of a man and she is not beautiful enough to be Miss USA. I know that when we were growing up, I know in my neighborhood, there was this saying that came across that sticks and stones may break my bones, but your words will never hurt me. I can clearly tell you as an adult, that's a lie. Even as a child, I can tell you that that is a lie, simply because words do hurt. To think about emotional pain is that thing that stick with you because it has the ability to replay in your mind over and over. And it also can shape the mindset of an individual. So she dealt with so much hate mail in the process of her becoming Miss USA. And even after she became Miss USA, she even had a video on TikTok where she talked about how many comments she had to delete, how many negative comments that she had to delete. And so this is a lady who put in the work, and she's genetically, naturally a beautiful person from head to toe. And her physicality speaks for itself. And so she put in the work to maintain the look that she has. And she still received criticism. And so if you think that those words cannot be a dagger to even for someone like her, it's sadly mistaken, because words do hurt. And so we can use the power of the tongue to either build someone up or tear someone down. So we have to make that choice how we're going to use our words and know that words do matter. Now, am I saying that this is what caused her to take her life? No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that things compound, things pile up, and they become just a part of a fragment part of the picture, but it is a part of the picture. So I'm going to go to the next slide. I'm going to go ahead and continue with the video. I wanted to share that with you. So as you can see here, she's continuing. Now she has on her like a jacket with it in the USA, and there she is again posing. Beautiful woman from head to toe, and she received hate mail because of her physicality and her beauty. Now, in this particular post, I want to take a good look at. I'm going to stop this for a moment. I put this in here particularly because of what it says. Let me read here at the top. It says, too many ants telling bees how to make honey. So when she put this post up, clearly she was dealing with something, and she's sending a message that there are so many people around her trying to tell her what to do in some form or fashion, whether it's on social media or in her personal life, that this is a symbolism of her saying that there are people around her trying to tell her how to make her own honey, how to live her life, and the decisions that she want to make concerning her life. And let me tell you, in society, in our lives, there are people who really try to put a demand on somebody else's life or the decisions that they want to make in their life, the direction that they want to go, how they want to pursue a career, or whatever it is that they want to do. There are people who will try to put a demand on a person's life for that very reason, to try to control them, to try to tell them what to do. Am I saying that she had someone in her life that was trying to control her? That's not what I'm saying, because I don't know her that well. I don't know her at all. I'm only learning about what I see and things that I see on social media that she allowed us to see. But I do know that there are people in life who will try to put a demand on another person's life, try to tell them what to do, what they cannot do, and impose their opinion on pretty much everything that they want to do. And then it becomes a very dominant space in their life. So this message says, too many ants telling bees how to make honey. So I'm just saying it's right there what she's using her own words. I'm going to continue. So as you can see here, I love her outfit. She's absolutely beautiful. Was just so beautiful. Now this photograph here, it takes my breath away because this is something that she accomplished, where she said that she was the oldest person to be crowned Miss USA. She was 28 years old, and that she had to do this because she was aging out. And see, there is a mindset that comes in the world of pageant, being in a pageant or being in the pageantry world or the pageant lifestyle, because I don't know anything about that either, because that's not a path that I've taken. But just listening to some of her videos and some of the things that she has said, she talked about aging out. Aging out. So when there are other people who are in this industry who can speak to this better than I, but just listening to her words and an article that she wrote, she talked about not having enough time to make an impact on a large amount of people. And then in order for her to become Miss USA, this was her last shot to do it. And she didn't want to regret and look back and wonder why did she not take the opportunity. But she also said, because I'm aging out, this is my last opportunity. So that aging out thing really impacted her life. She talked about it a lot, and it was just a part of everything that she was doing in the pageants. Every step of the way in these pageants, it has something to do with your age. If you don't win this pageant, you age out. If you don't win at this level, you age out. If you don't win at that level, you age out. So that's a lot of pressure. And she even talked about one of the times that she was in one of the state pageants, and because she had lost before and she had family and friends traveling and coming there to see her, that it was so much pressure on her that when she won Miss North Carolina, she did not want family to be there. She only wanted her mom to be there. And so when they had asked for all the family members to come up to take the pictures, her mom was the only one there with her. And she said she wouldn't have wanted it any other way, because in that competition, she was more relaxed. She had more fun. She talked about that. She said because she didn't have the pressure of her family members traveling, spending money to come see her lose. And so because she felt more free, she actually won. And in the end, it was just her and her mom standing there for that photograph. And so to see her crowned here, Miss USA, at a point in her life where she was aging out, this was her last opportunity to do it. And there is that terminology again, aging out. So now this had become embedded in her, having conversations about aging out for the next level, for this pageant and that pageant. So somehow that became a part of her fabric, accomplishing things before a certain age, because of what it takes to be in these pageants. So it's not just her, it's all those women you see on that stage. They're dealing with that terminology. That's a picture of her and her mom. Look how beautiful they look together. Oh my God, absolutely gorgeous, both of them. And this is her in another photograph. Just look at her beautiful eyes and her bright smile. And so everyone that's in a pageant who is dealing in this type of a life, even in Hollywood, because she went from doing pageantry to being in pageants to she went straight to Hollywood. Now I want to look at this right here. It says, my challenge of the status quo. certainly caught the attention of the trolls. And I can't tell you how many times I have deleted comments on my social media page that said vomit and emojis and insults telling me I wasn't pretty enough to be Miss USA, or that my muscular build was actually a man body. I want to just look at that. Just sit there for a moment. If you have stayed with this video with me this long, sit here and look at that. This is what she was dealing with. And because of social media, what happens is we begin to become desensitized. We become desensitized to what's happening around us, and we begin to treat people like they're not human, and like they're just someone that you're scrolling up and down. Like you're not in touch with your feelings about this is a person. This is just like, it's like an object to people when they're scrolling on their phones or looking on their tablet or looking on their computer, and they're just making these hateful comments. But there is a human being on the other side of that photograph that was posted. This is a person who is living and breathing and have feelings and just want to share their life and their moments on social media, just like the next person. But then you have invasive, intrusive, rude people who make comments that are so hateful and hurtful that it causes a person to really, they're shutting down and they don't even know they're shutting down, because they're trying to have that mechanism to strike back with you and to make a comment, or they're finding themselves going through the decision to either just shut their whole social media page down or just delete your comments and spend time blocking you. All of these things because of the hateful comments and the hatefulness that we live with in this society. Know that your words do hurt and they chip away at people. Do I have the answers for what happened to her and why she took her life? No, I don't. Do I wish that I had the answer? Do I wish that I could have been the person or someone could have been there to help her to have that sound for her to hear? Don't do it. Or be that sounding board, whatever she needed. I still find it hard to believe that she is no longer here. Just absolutely beautiful. And I want you to read that and really take that in. I want to stop right here. He said that he worked with Cheslie, and every time she entered the room, she was a bright light and she was always on. And he said he thought about it. He went back in his mind to see if maybe that was something that he should have caught, because that she was always on, and nobody's always on all the time, but she was. And so he's asking her, did she look back and see if there was some moments? And she is saying no, that she didn't see anything. So I want you to make sure you heard what he said, and then I'm going to go ahead and play this some more. Okay, now the next question that's asked to the family friend Latoya Evans and the spokesperson, she's a friend and publicist, as you can see there. He's asking about this article and an essay that Cheslie wrote. And in the article, she said that she felt like she was running out of time and that she was craving her next reward, next award, next achievement. And so he asked her, does that look like, in hindsight, that looked like it was a cry for help, or, something needed to be looked at? And her response to that was saying, no, that's normal for our high functioning depression. So now, I'm not familiar with high functioning depression. My first time really even hearing this terminology, as probably many of you. And for those that know about it, can actually leave some comments. Please click like, share, and leave comments, and we can help educate each other. When I'm watching this interview, now the interview does leave me with a lot of concerns, because this is at least one person that's publicly saying that we know that's a part of her life, a friend, her publicist that was around her. And for every question that was asked here, she is saying she didn't see anything, and that even that article was not a cry for help. Because see, that's the business side of it, because it's normal in this business for dealing with pageants for people to be aging out of things. See, that is the world around this life of being in a pageant, Miss USA, Miss America. These ladies are constantly, they have been dealing with this since they were little, from the time that they started, whether they started as a child or if they started in their teenage years, and they're trying to beat the clock. They're trying to beat time before they can be crowned Miss USA. Now, it'd be at least 30 women on that stage, and only one person is going to be crowned. So now you got 29 other people left with this same emptiness, these same feelings. So look at what we are creating, what we are cultivating in the minds of women, when women are already dealing with so much when it comes to the workplace, when it comes to the differences in our body shapes and our hair. Men do not deal with as much as we do as women when it comes to how we're received and how we're accepted, whether it's in a relationship with someone that you want to love you or you want to love, whether it's on the workplace or in these pageants or trying to go out for a movie role or to be a commentator or a reporter, whatever it is that we step into a role for, we face so many different things that cause us to think negative about who we are and what we represent. So listen closely. I'm going to start this up again. Okay, he asked her about how exhausting Chesley must have been. And then she asked her, did they talk about this at any time? And she said, I think that we may have certainly have had that conversation before. And of course they've had that conversation before. You're her publicist. You're the person that's around her. You're the one helping to book the different gigs that she had and all of the different um, 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 engagements that she had and functions that she attended, photo shoots that she had, commercials, television shows, whatever she was doing, you was the person there booking that for her, Miss Latoya. And for me, some of her responses was just a little bit too vague for someone that's been around her. I am not asking her to take responsibility for what happened to her, but acknowledge that this young lady, there were times that she had to be absolutely exhausted and burnt out. I heard one of her videos. In her video, she said that she has a therapist, that she had a therapist, and that when times that she was sad or felt frustrated or upset about something, she would call her therapist. So she had a therapist. And so the people around her know that she was dealing with different things within herself from the comments from social media, whether it was about broken relationships or wanting a relationship, whatever it may be, people around you have a pretty good idea what you're dealing with. And she wasn't hiding everything about herself. The fact that she had a therapist, that she was seeing someone when she recognized she needed to talk to someone. So here's someone that was seeing a therapist, and she has people around her booking her for gigs. And again, that's a business side too, because the more gigs you book, the more money is made. And so I have a mental health organization. I have a mental health ministry. And I tell my team this. I want to share just one thing with you that I tell my team is that we have to make sure we're okay. It is not enough for us to put on events and be there for other people and we don't make sure that we're okay, because I'm not going to work side by side with people working myself to the bone and they never check on me or I never check on them. You cannot work like that in this society, and we shouldn't work that way. We should have that unctioning, have that discernment to notice the person that you're working with and make sure they're okay. And she's not coming forth having any type of a conversation. She is identifying and pointing everything to high functioning depression and that this is normal, that she didn't notice anything. Now, out of all the things that I'm going to share with you guys, this is the one interview that troubles me the most. It absolutely troubles me. I'm going to go ahead and play it to the end. This is a beautiful picture of Miss Chesley, Miss USA, and a picture of her and her dad when she was young. This is a photograph of her after winning Miss USA. And I found this photo online, and it's a gentleman that she dated. I don't have very much details about it. And this is her when she is going out doing her duties as Miss USA. And look at this little kid. He is just starstruck. He's like, oh my God. And this is because she made history along with other Black females that won. It was like a triple Miss USA, Miss America, just the different titles that they reigned that year in 2019. So you have Miss Teen, Miss USA, Miss America, and Miss Universe. And so this is Chesley right there, as you can see, along with these beautiful ladies where they all won at the same time. So they made history in 2019. So this was really big for her. And there she is again, when they made their rounds interviewing together. Okay, I wanted to just stop right there. This was the last video, the last time, the last interview that she did on Extra, and that she was talking to Billy and having fun, as you can see here. So they really loved her. So this is very difficult for them, as he was sharing here in the video. That was a beautiful tribute from Extra to her and her family. Now, these are clips of her interviewing celebrities, and she even talked about mental health. Now, I want you to listen to this video. Okay, let me stop right there. This gentleman was walking behind her, and it really, really upset her. And she was asking him to leave her alone. Now, when people look at a job, the job that she had as a correspondent reporter with Extra, they look at it as being glamorous, but you deal with a lot. They, people in the limelight, celebrities, they deal with a lot of people trying to follow them, stalk them, and it's very serious. So this right here is traumatic as well. So she dealt with a lot of high pressure things to achieve, getting her law degree. She accomplished that. Miss USA, she accomplished that. Now she's in the limelight even more, and she's trying to do her job. And this guy is really, really freaking her out. And so, I wish that they would have had like security around her more, especially in these time and these days, the things that have been happening with celebrities out and about, especially when she have the shoots like this, just to have a bodyguard, security guard with them. And so this is what she experienced, and this is a real thing. This is a real fear that she is showing and expressing right here. She's adjusting the crown that she has to return, and her hair is going to mess up. That picture really is very disturbing to me right there, to know that this man was following her, and these are the type of things that she was dealing with in her job. Before I go any further, that was a Mother Day letter to her mother. She did a video for her mom, thanking her mom for all that she has been to her in her life and how she looks up to her. It was absolutely beautiful. This video right here is her and her sister. I'm going to share this with you. That was a short video with her sister. Where her sister is a hairstylist, and because of COVID-19, her sister had to shut down her salon along with millions and millions of other people. And she started doing home hair care online. And she was sharing with her audience that her sister was available to help them along with her clients that she had. And also talking about how when she went natural, her sister is the one that helped grow her hair out to those long, beautiful curly locks that you see there. And that her sister was just such a support for her. Now, this is the very last photo that was posted on her Instagram page, the one that so many of us have already seen, along with some comments there. And the heading reads, "May this day bring you rest in peace." And then on that day is the day that she took her life. I just want to, again, send my condolences to Cheslie's family and friends and colleagues. And, you know, her colleagues felt like she was family. And to just send my prayers and to really just, you know, pray that she rests in peace, as she's definitely a beautiful angel. And my heart goes out to the family. And I just want to say to anyone who may be thinking about taking their own life and you feel so alone and so isolated, please know that there is help. There is help available. And to not give up. Please don't be ashamed. And know that we live in a society that really cultivates acting like you have it all together when really no one person has it all together. And even if you do have it all together, you still need someone to talk to. You still need someone to check on you. You still need to be able to say if you need help. And so for family and friends around your loved ones, please create a safe space so that people can say that they need help. Because a lot of times people will not speak up because people feel like they can't handle things, or they can't handle the job, or they can't handle the assignment, because in a moment or stretch of time, they're having a difficult time and they're in a difficult space. And if they say something, they feel like they would be pulled off of a project or not given the next assignment or not promoted. And so a lot of these things stem around successes and relationships and failures of relationships and, trying to get to that next level. And people don't always say that they're in trouble and that they need help for those reasons. And so I just want to take a moment to say, if you or someone that you know is thinking about taking their life, you asking them is not going to put the thought in their head. What you're doing by asking them, you're actually helping to pull them out of that dark space. They need to hear your voice. They need to be asked that question to pull them out of that space, to try to pull them out of that space. A smile, a phone call, if someone comes in your mind, respond to that. Pick up that phone, call them, or something coming on your mind to say, go check on them, go check on them. We have to check on our strong friends and know that our outer appearance is not who we are. The outfit that we have on is not who we are. We look at a person that's dressed in wrinkles, maybe some flip flops on, shirt is a little wrinkly, and we don't think they have it together. And you're probably looking at a millionaire. And then you have somebody who is so well put together on the outside, and you're thinking everything is okay. And that person is thinking about taking their life. So we cannot judge anyone or anything by the outer appearance. Although we live in a society that says first impressions is everything. And they're talking about the way you look and the way you speak and how you're dressed, all these things. I'm not saying that you should walk around sloppy and I'll make sure that and to not make sure that you're well put together. That's not what I'm saying. That we have to balance the way we look at things and listen to people. And also to pay attention to what's not being said. Pay attention to what is not being said, because nobody is always on. No one person is always on. And that's a lot of pressure. That's a lot of pressure. So I don't know her full story. And many of us don't know her full story. And we may never fully know everything. But what I do know is that she has left a beautiful legacy. Not just her outer beauty, but her inner beauty. I remember one day I was just flipping my television, and a lot of these talk shows in the morning I don't watch because I do work. I work from home and I'm very busy. And sometimes when I'm in between working, I may turn my television on. And there was a talk show on, and she was on the talk show, and she made me stop in my tracks because when she started speaking, I wanted to hear what she was talking about. She was really passionate about helping people make sure they can show up for success and not feel put off about not having the right outfit or not looking their best, because that is important, because we live in a society that says first impressions is everything. And so she wanted to help people make that first impression where it would be a lasting effect and help them achieve their goal and get that job, because of her having to make her own clothes and shopping at the Goodwill. She said her grandmother taught her how to sew, to beautify things that she found. So this was very passionate. She was very passionate about it. I literally stopped what I was doing and I sat and I listened to her. And that was my first time ever hearing her speak. And it was what she was saying, how she was saying it, that caught my attention, and I wanted to hear more. So that's the person that she was, and that's the legacy that she is leaving behind. And it was very hard for me. I can only imagine. My God, for her family. I'm going to play this, and thank you for listening. And God bless you all, and God bless your family. Cheslie Kryst, you have left a lasting effect on me, and I didn't know you. So you left a lasting effect on people that you have never met and who never met you.